A new conservative attack was launched against Bernie Sanders' progressive healthcare system. Which Republican attacked him, you ask? Well, for now, it's not a Republican who attacked him, but it's actually the so-called Progressive Democratic campaign of Hillary Clinton. So, Hillary Clinton's campaign spokesman said, quote, Bernie Sanders has called for a roughly 9% tax hike on the middle-class families in a piece of 2013 legislation just to cover his healthcare plan. And simple math dictates he'll need to tax workers even more to pay for the rest of his at least 18 to 20 trillion agenda. If you're truly concerned about raising incomes for middle-class families, the last thing you should do is cut their take-home pay right off the bat by raising their taxes. Notice the condescension there, how he talks about how simple math dictates such and such. Yeah, well, we'll go ahead and we'll do some simple math here and we'll see who's going to come out on top. So first and foremost, this is incredibly misleading for two reasons. Now, when you think about how much it costs for our current regressive healthcare system, it costs approximately $33 trillion. That's trillion with a T. So they admitted that Bernie Sanders' plan will cost 18 to 20 trillion. So if we end our old regressive system and we switch over to Bernie Sanders' single payer system, what happens? Well, we're now saving 13 to 15 trillion dollars. So not only are you able to fully fund Bernie Sanders' single payer plan by ending regressive healthcare, but you're actually going to have a surplus. Now, second of all, according to Forbes, the average plan under Obamacare cost each individual about $328 per month. Now, the median wage per person is $26,695 per year, or $2,225 per month. So let's kind of put this in perspective. If you earn $2,225 per month, you're going to be paying about $328 per month under Obamacare. Simple math dictates that that's about 14.7% of your income right there. However, she states that Bernie Sanders would need to tax individuals 9%. And, if I'm using my brain correctly and am applying my simple math skills, well, this dictates that 14.7% is higher than 9%. So by switching to a single payer system and ending the regressive healthcare system, what happens? You have more money in the pockets of everyday Americans, and as a result, you raise their purchasing power. They have more disposable income to go out and stimulate the economy. They can buy things from stores. Those stores benefit. They then hire more people. The economy gets turning. So really, if Hillary Clinton is worried about middle-income families, as she says she is, well, then what she needs to do is take her own advice, as she did in 1994, and actually put forth a single-payer system. Now, notice how this is a Republican argument. They always talk about how Democrats like to raise taxes, but what they don't tell you is that they're raising taxes to benefit the middle class that will, in the long run, put more money in their pockets. Me personally, I think I would rather pay less for a healthcare system that covers everyone rather than pay more for a healthcare system where about 6% of the country still doesn't have insurance and they can die. So now, that's kind of my take on it, but Bernie Sanders' response from his campaign, it was devastating, and I don't think Hillary Clinton should ever mention this argument again if she wants to win. So here's what Bernie's campaign said. In an attempt to divert the public's gaze from Wall Street coziness, the Clinton campaign has launched a false attack on universal health care, something she has previously supported. The Clinton campaign received more contributions from the pharmaceutical industry than any other Republican or Democrat through the first 6 months of the campaign. So what is this false attack really all about? Either Secretary Hillary Clinton is repudiating years of advocating for universal health, or she's playing politics with the health of America's families. It's hard to understand how someone who claims to have been a supporter of universal health insurance for years is suddenly moving to the right and attacking universal health care. Or maybe it's not. The Clinton campaign received far more money from the drug and medical device industries than any other presidential candidate in either party during the first 6 months of the campaign, according to figures compiled by the Center for Responsive Politics. She accepted $164,315 during that period. At the same time, she has accepted significant contributions from individual donors. She received contributions, for example, from 2 executives at Jazz Pharmaceuticals, which raised the price of a drug used to treat sleep disorders by more than 800%, from roughly $2 to $19 a pill. What we have there is a knockout. You cannot recover from that. I mean, that is a devastating attack. I mean, the way that he fired back there, I mean, you can't beat that. How can you possibly respond to that? You're going to invoke 9/11 again, Hillary? You can't. See, he's really illustrating how our system is corrupt. He's illustrating how her position changes because of money in politics and its corrupting influence, but also because she wants to win. So how does she win? She wins by attacking Bernie Sanders' policies. So my question is, if you're a so-called progressive, as you say you are, why would you attack what progressives are fighting for? Because you're not a progressive. But I will say this about Hillary Clinton. She is the best Republican in the field right now. Out of all the Republicans, I'd far rather vote for her because I think she's a moderate Republican. And we've got two Democrats who are actually running, Bernie Sanders and Martin O'Malley. So in the end, I think that response from Bernie Sanders was so devastating, we're going to have to play Hillary Clinton out.
You just got owned, you noob. You just got owned, motherfucker. You just got